Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. That's snacks. Man, before I went on the keto, I loved Doritos. I loved anything salty. I've never been a dessert kind of guy, so it was always Doritos, corn chips, potato chips. Anything salty and crispy I loved. However, that don't go with the keto lifestyle. So I had to find alternatives, and one of those alternatives is pork rinds. Now, before you get all crazy about it, I want to just clarify some things. I call everything crunchy meat pork rinds. Feel free to go to porkrinds.com to find out the difference between chickaroonies, pork rinds, cracklings, and all that good stuff. I'm not going to get into all that today. So, moving on. Crunchy meat snacks. That's what we're going to talk about today. And I've tried everything local to me. I've tried them all, and I'm going to go through a quick breakdown of what I like and what I don't like, and we'll get started on that now. First up, we're going to talk about some Max products. They're most widely available around here at Walmart. They're easy to get. Even during the pandemic, you could find these products. And I'm always going to start with the original first. So we have the Max Original pork rinds. And they're good. They're a little tough, and that's the thing about the Max products. They're tough, and they're at the bottom of my list. And then we're gonna move on to the barbecue. They have a little sweet taste to them, and they've got a good flavor about them. But again, they're tough, and that's one of my turnoffs with Mac. And then we're gonna move on to the salt and vinegar, and no, I'm sorry, the salt and pepper. Yeah, the salt and pepper. It's when I hear salt and pepper, I think about salt and pepper catfish for some reason or another, probably because of where I'm located at. But these are pretty good as far as flavor goes. Again, they're on the tough side, and that moves us on over to the red hot. Now, I love hot stuff. If you followed my channel for any amount of time, you know I love spices. I like the heat, man, but I don't like the heat just for the fact that it's hot. It's got to have a good flavor. These do not have a good flavor. Yes, they're hot, but they don't have a good flavor at all. I don't like them. Moves us on to salt and vinegar now. Salt and vinegar, I like salt and vinegar things. I used to love salt and vinegar potato chips, of course, but they've got a lot of wang to them from the vinegar. They're pretty good. They're probably my favorite one out of the Max bunch. So you have the salt and vinegar. Now, while we're in the Max wheelhouse, let's talk about one last thing. This Max Crackling Curls. Now, this is a little different. This has got a little extra fat on it. It's kind of like fried fatback. And it's hit or miss. I've tried it a couple times. Either it's really good or really bad. You break your teeth, or they're really soft and crispy, but I like them probably better than I do the other Max products. So moving on, we're going to move to a product that's, I think, pretty local to me. I'm not sure exactly, but I know I get it at the local food line, and even they don't have it all the time. But it's Tom's, and I like Tom's products. I used to like their chips and stuff, but we have the original here. The Tom's products are a lot more tender. They'll melt in your mouth. They're real crispy. Very few hard pieces in them, but like I said, they're hard to get. The original's good. I like those, and then they have the barbecue. The barbecue is real sweet. It's got a good flavor. Like I said, they're tender, they're crispy, and very few hard pieces. So yeah, I like the barbecue as well. And then we have the hot. The hot's got a real good spicy flavor. It's not overly hot. It's got a good taste to it. It's not hot just for the sake of being hot, like I mentioned earlier. So yeah, Tom's, man, I like all their products, and they're just hard to find though around me, and they might be hard to find around you, but Tom's, yep, thumbs up. That brings us to our next brand, and it's Slim Jim. Now, I love Slim Jims, and they are keto friendly in and of themselves. So if you grab a Slim Jim, man, you know. But anyway, Slim Jim pork rinds, hog wild barbecue. They're good. Got a sweet taste to them. They're mostly crispy, and there's not many hard things. By the way, the hard, crunchy stuff that you find in pork rinds is a big turn off for me. If you have a lot of that, I don't like it because I value my teeth. But then they got the squealing hot. Now, the only way I can describe the squealing hot is if you've ever ate Takis, a lot of powdered seasoning on there to make them just twangy and hot, that's this product right here. I didn't like it a whole lot. They're very seasoned, not very hot. They're just more vinegary to me, but anyway, your taste may be different. So this is a video about all things pork rinds, and by the way, pork rinds are one of the few treats that you can find in the company vending machine. If you look in there, there's a lot of selections on honey buns and sweets and Doritos and chips, but this product right here showed up in my vending machine at work. Golden Flake barbecue pork rinds, pork skins, whatever. But anyway, these were super awesome, real sweet. Tasted delicious. I don't know if they're available in your area or not, but I get them out of my machine every now and then. So these are really good to get out of the machine. You know, pork rinds aren't the only keto-friendly snack out there. There's other ones, but this is probably the most convenient one. And that, you know, when you're watching a movie or something, what do you want to do? You want to pop popcorn. Everybody loves popcorn, right? So the next product I'm going to talk about is Lawry's. Now Lawry's is a little different than all these other things so far. You buy them just like a box of Orville Redenbacher popcorn. You take them out of the pack, you put them in the microwave, and you let your microwave run for a few minutes, and they pop up into these delicious warm pork rinds. And now I'm showing the originals here, and they're really good. And you can, by the way, for all the original products that I show here, you can season them however you want, whether it be the original max, whatever the original flavor. That means they're just salted pork rinds. You can put popcorn seasoning on them. You can put your favorite rub on them that you barbecue with, yeah, and shake them up. Man, it's good. But when they're warm out of the microwave, like this Lawry's, man, you can throw some stuff in there and it'll stick to it, and it's so good. And you can watch your favorite movie and eat your make-believe popcorn, all right? So try that out. That's an awesome little tip for you. And then we have the Lawry's spicy, and it's real good. It's got a good spicy flavor to it, not too hot, but it's, like I said, it's like popcorn, but it's spicy. So try these products out. I like those. They're way up there on my list, and I thought I'd share that with you. Next, we have a product that I think's kind of local. I found it in my food line. Like I said, I can't find some of these things all the time, but they're there sometimes. And this is Rudolph's brand pork rinds, and this is the original. And like I said previously, you can season these the way you like them, and they're really good. These are crisp and tender. I like these a lot if I can find them. And they also have a barbecue flavor, and it's a real good barbecue seasoning. I mean, it's kind of sweet, got just a little bit of heat to it. And then they also have a hot and spicy. You know how I feel about that by now. I don't like just hot for the sake of being hot, but man, this has got a good Cajun or cayenne seasoning to it, and they'll make your lips numb just a little bit, but they taste good as well. So try these out if they're available to you. Rudolph's Southern Recipe pork rinds, and hopefully you can find them close to you. So finally we come up on my favorite brand in all the world. Of all the ones I've tried, these are my favorite, Baconettes. I've tried all the flavors of Baconettes, I'm pretty sure, and so yeah, Baconettes are my favorite. And even the traditional one here, it's good. It's got a good flavor to it just by itself. It's probably my favorite of all the just plain Jane pork rinds to have, just because of the texture. For me, it's a lot about the texture. Next we have the queso. Now the queso, these are good if you eat just a little bit at a time, but I like to eat, you know, more than just a couple at a time, and after a while I get kind of burnt out on these. I mean, they're good at the very start, and then after a little while, So this is probably on the lower end of my favorite Baconettes. So now we have the sweet Southern heat barbecue. Now these have a good, just like the title says, sweet Southern heat. And they've got a good amount of heat, good amount of sweet. I like these a lot. These are hard to find for me. I have to go down to the local independent grocer to get those, but I like them a lot. Next we have the honey mustard. These are probably my very favorite but doggone it, I can't find them anywhere. And I like these so much. I mean, and they're so good, but I can't find them. So yeah, if you can find these in your area and you like honey mustard stuff, this is for you. And then dun 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 dun, my very favorite in all the world, the old standby, what I have about every day, the baconette, hot and spicy. Perfect amount of heat, perfect amount of, the perfect texture, the perfect everything about it. These are my very favorite just because they're the old standby, and it killed me during COVID because I couldn't find any baconette products hardly anywhere, and I had to go to those old Macs. And I'm not knocking Macs, but Macs, they just chewed my mouth up. They were so tough, they just eat the daggum skin out of my roof of my mouth, and I just couldn't eat them every day. Well, there you go. Probably way more than you wanted to know about pork rinds, but what's your favorite? Put it in the comments below. Those are mine, and those are, like I said, they're a good snack. If you're on the keto lifestyle, you can chop them up in a food processor, you can bread stuff with them. The possibilities are endless, but like I said, what's your favorite? Put it in the comments below, and I thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.